Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I promised you that I was going to show you the Ted Cruz testimony, grilling of the Google zombie. Now, I'm just going to briefly go over what we know so far. First of all, if you have not seen the reports from Project Veritas, they are a must watch. I am not going to play them because, lo and behold, Google decided to pull them. And why? The thing is, we're using an RT headline here. Why are we using an RT headline? Because they get it right. Election manipulation. This isn't meddling. This isn't hacking. This isn't, I guess manipulation, interference for sure. But that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to cull certain types of information while promoting authoritative sources. And it's really weird, before we get into the ins and outs, when they made this decision, the whistleblower that you see right here, and she or he is separate from the woman that gets caught on hidden cameras saying they'll never allow another Trump situation again. She's like, oh, I love Elizabeth Warren, but you don't understand. If they break Google up, well, it'll just have to be the smaller companies that do it. But they're not really equipped to. So she really fails in her own argument. But again, we can't play it because it's already been banned from the platform that it's exposing. The irony there is unbelievable. But where did they meet, by the way? This is just an odd little note. Where did they meet before they discussed enacting these types of things en masse on the algorithm? They met at a Masonic temple. Let me just repeat that one. So Google has a meeting at a Masonic temple with a bunch of its lead department heads and programmers, and that's where they decide that they're going to start censoring information. And if you think that that's outlandish, they say they have more documents and more people are coming forward. I'd be very wary of maybe some fake ones coming in for some disinformation. But listen, Shapiro and Prager are Nazis using dog whistles. They're about as pro-war and pro-Israel as it gets. It doesn't get bigger than that. So, again, not the biggest fan of Ted Cruz, but he's at least asking some relevant questions here. And I don't like framing it as conservatives. I think that's absolute nonsense. It's not about conservatism at all. All right? That's the truth of the matter. So what is it really about? Well, let's take a look. It's about censoring thought and speech.
A lot of Americans have concerns that big tech media companies, and Google in particular, are engaged in political censorship and bias. As you know, Google enjoys a special immunity from liability under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. The predicate for that immunity was that Google and other big tech media companies would be neutral public fora. Does Google consider itself a neutral public forum?
Thank you, Senator. Yes, it does.
Okay.
That's absolutely ridiculous that it thinks it's a neutral public forum. That's what it's granted its immunity under, by the way, that it's a neutral public forum. It is not neutral. And it is no longer really a public forum of ideas. Complete lie. Her eyes are wide. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. That's the drone-like zombie answer we're going to get again and again and again.
Are you familiar with a report that was released yesterday from Veritas that included a whistleblower from within Google, that included videos from a senior executive at Google, and that included documents that are purportedly internal PowerPoint documents from Google?
Yes, I heard about that report in industry news.
Have you seen the report?
No, I have not.
Now, come on. No, I have not. No, I have not. No, I know about it. I know it's a huge scandal. I know it's going to contradict a lot of my answers today in front of the Senate, but I'm just going to claim total and utter ignorance of this and not watch the report. I watched the report. I know a ton of you out there watched the report. The report was important enough to be banned by her company and taken off of their platform. But, she didn't bother to look at that report.
So you didn't review the report to prepare for this hearing?
It's been a busy day, and I have a day job, which is digital well-being at Google. So I'm trying to make sure I keep the trains
Well,
on
I'm
the
sorry
tracks.
this hearing is impinging on your day job.
It's a great opportunity. Thank you. I really
Well,
appreciate
one of the
it.
things in that
I really
report, and I
appreciate it.
would recommend people interested in political bias at Google watch the entire report and judge for yourself. There's a video from a woman, Jen Janai. It's a secret video that was recorded. Jen Janai, as I understand it, is the head of, quote, responsible innovation for Google. Are you familiar with Ms. Janai?
I work in user experience, and I believe that AI group is somebody we worked with on the AI principles, but it's a big company, and I don't work directly with Jen.
I work in thank you, Senator. I work in user experience. I don't know this person. Now, she doesn't outright say this. He again asked the question and makes her say that no, she does not know this person. Now, whether she's telling the truth or not, I have no idea. It is a large company. It's a company where many people signed a petition not to work on AI for the military in their drone programs. And they don't talk about that, how this is an arm of the military-industrial complex. It's not a company. It's not a private business. This is it.
Do you know her or no?
I do not know Jen.
Okay. As I understand it, she is shown in the video saying, and this is a quote, Elizabeth Warren is saying that we should break up Google. And I love her, but she's very misguided. That will not make it better. It will make it worse. Because all these smaller companies who don't have the same resources that we do will be charged with preventing the next Trump situation.
So let's just stop. So you see what she's saying here? She's saying even if they broke up my big company, it would be the smaller companies to stop the next Trump situation. And let's talk about that situation for a moment. Now, with somebody like Trump, you had someone everybody laughed at. They said they weren't going to give him a chance. But there were those that believed in him, including Trump himself, who, again, had been in the public eye for 30 plus years. Now, would they have much rather had, when I say they, I mean the establishment, the military-industrial complex, the banksters and gangsters out there, would they have much rather had Jeb Bush? Oh, yeah. They weren't going to be able to sell him. They couldn't sell anybody on that podium except for maybe Rand Paul. Maybe Rand Paul. Okay? That was about it. And they tried to sell every other candidate, and they couldn't do it. So what do? They compromise you. They don't like everything he says. I said this on my walk and talk. They don't love that he talks about the military-industrial complex. You don't think that Hillary Clinton would have been even more war-hungry than this guy? What do you think would have happened with North Korea? At least we're still, talking to them. These are positive things. So to stop the next Trump situation, we're really talking about somebody who can infiltrate the two-party system because they've already locked out third parties. All right? Now they want to make sure that if someone infiltrates either the Republican or Democratic Party and has a mind of their own and will challenge the status quo, they can manipulate the system to make that almost impossible on, whoever their candidate's behalf they like. And now this woman's saying, hey, don't worry, smaller companies would have to do it if Google got broken up. But then she contradicts herself. And by the way, he's quoting this video I can't play because they banned it. They banned it because she says they're not ready for that.
It's like a small company cannot do that.
So that's a good thing.
Do you think it's Google's job to, quote, prevent the next Trump situation?
Thank you, Senator. I don't agree with that. No, sir.
So a different individual, a whistleblower identified simply as an insider at Google with knowledge of the algorithm, is quoted on the same report as saying Google, quote, is bent on never letting somebody like Donald Trump come to power again. Do you think it's Google's job to make sure, quote, somebody like Donald Trump never comes to power again?
No, sir, I don't think that is Google's job. And we build for everyone, including every single religious belief, every single demographic, every single region, and certainly every political affiliation.
See, it's nonsense to act like they have not been caught again and again and again and again and again curating content, promoting what they believe to be authoritative sources. And it's not just Google, it's Facebook. It's every large tech company out there. And I'm sick of it being a conservative issue. Guys, come on. I have, what is it now? Over 21,000 subscribers. There's 34 people watching this live stream. Every single one of my videos goes up for manual review, which they admit stops it from 20 to 80% of its growth and reach. Why? I'm playing Ted Cruz grilling one of their zombies. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. No, you don't do that. No, I didn't look at the report. No, I don't know this person on the hidden video. Come on.
Well, I have to say that that certainly does not appear to be the case. Of the senior executives at Google, do you know of a single one who voted for Donald Trump?
Thank you, Senator. I'm a user experience director, and I work on Google Digital Wellbeing, and I can tell you we have diverse views,
It's
but
a
I
simple
can't.
question. Do you know of anyone who voted for Trump? Of the senior
I definitely
executives,
know of people who voted for Trump.
of the senior executives at Google.
I don't talk politics with my workmate.
Bullshit. I don't talk politics with my work base. Hey, anybody out there got a desk job? Anyone? Now, don't get me wrong. There's usually one or two people within the office that are much more vocally political than others. But you have a pretty good idea of the majority of people out there that you work with, how they're going to lean or how they're going to vote, especially when you work at a company like this. Thank you, Senator. I work in. Thank you. Thank you.
Is that a no?
Sorry, is that a no to what?
Do you know of any senior executives, even a single senior executive at the company who voted for Donald Trump?
As the digital well-being expert, I don't think this is in my purview to comment on
So you don't know that.
affiliations.
That's all right. You don't have to know.
I definitely don't know.
I can tell you what the public records show. The public records show that in 2016, Google employees gave to the Hillary Clinton campaign $1.315 million. That's
And hold on, that's public. Yeah, you got to understand. Let me talk about that for a second. Now, publicly they gave $1.35 million. But if you don't think they're running scams where they get lower level employees to also donate to these types of campaigns, just like they did in Nexium, just like Bronfman did to barter political favor. For instance, when you talk about them and Google, you're probably not talking about Alphabet. So Eric Schmidt, Bilderberg member and author of The New Digital Age with Jared Cohen, who he authored it with, those two people. And by the way, Cohen, to his credit, I wouldn't call it credit because it's not a left or right issue. He worked under both Condoleezza Rice and he worked under Hillary Clinton. So he was a counterterrorism expert. It really doesn't have a flavor. My point is that they put money behind the establishment, 100%. They have their underlings do so as well. The other executives inside companies do as well. Cruz, when he says 1.35 million, that's just like public numbers. It's a pittance to what they really put into support.
It's a lot of money. Care to venture how much they gave to the Trump campaign?
I would have no idea, sir.
Well, the nice thing is it's a round number, $0.00. Not a penny, according to the public reports. Let's talk about one of the PowerPoints that was leaked. The Veritas report has Google internally saying, I propose we make machine learning intentionally human-centered and intervene for fairness.
And intervene.
Is this document accurate?
Oh, I don't know.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I don't know about this document, so I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to respond to the committee in writing afterwards as to whether this PowerPoint and the other documents that are included in the Veritas report, whether those documents are accurate. And I recognize that your lawyers may want to write explanation. You're welcome to write all the explanation that you want, but I also want a simple, clear answer. Is this an accurate document that was generated by Google? Do you agree with the sentiment expressed in this document?
No, sir, I do not.
No, sir, I do not. But she's probably read it. Let's stop that. She's probably read it. She knows she's not familiar with that document. Come on. She's the head of a division speaking before, a senator. You don't think that this may have made its way past her desk? Of course she's aware of it. They talk about it all the time, but she's not aware of that document. She didn't take a look at the reports. I didn't see the hidden video. I wasn't in on the decision to ban Project Veritas's report that clearly shows corruption within our company and bias. Again, they're not breaking it up because it's not a private company in the first place. It's military industrial complex 101, and they work on AI for their drones and other weapon systems. Believe the hype. They're quantum computing and NASA. That's just another division.
Let me read you another, also in this report. It indicates that Google, according to this whistleblower, deliberately makes recommendations if someone is searching for conservative commentators, deliberately shifts the recommendation, so instead of recommending other conservative commentators, it recommends organizations like CNN or MSNBC or left-leaning political outlets.
Now let's stop that there. I don't like the term conservative. Tim Pool I do not consider to be a conservative. I'd say on most levels he's like a progressive Democrat. And I know that they try to, present him as alt-right or all this other nonsense. He's not. And watch my videos. Watch what the play necks are and the suggested videos. They're CNN, they're Fox. Am I alt-right? Am I conservative? 100% I'm not. 100%. Please, I will be out in a moment. All right, I'll be out in a moment. Thank you. So, folks, it's absolutely ridiculous to think that.
Is that occurring?
Thank you, sir. I can't comment on search algorithms or recommendations given my purview as the digital well-being lead. I can take that back to my team, though.
So is it part of digital well-being for search recommendations to reflect where the user wants to go rather than deliberately shifting where they want to go?
Thank you, sir. As a user experience professional, we focus on delivering on user goals. So we try to get out of the way and get them on the task at hand.
So a final question. One of these documents that was leaked explains what Google is doing, and it has a series of steps. Training data are collected and classified, algorithms are programmed, media are filtered, ranked, aggregated, and guaranteed, and that ends with people, parentheses, like us, are programmed. Does Google view its job as programming people with search results?
Thank you, Senator.
Thank
I
you,
can't
Senator.
speak for the whole entire company, but I can tell you that we make sure that we put our users first in our design.
Our users first in our design, to program them. Programming people, it's right there in the internal document, and that's what this is. This is the next level of programming. We talked about TV and that mindset. That was programming. And this is programming on a whole nother level. Because you know what? You do a lot more of this than the TV. You do a lot more on the computer than the TV at this point, on your laptop, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And she was just, thank you, Senator. Here's my talking point. No, I didn't look. I don't know anything. And let's frame it conservative versus liberal. It's nonsense. It's independent thinkers they're after, and anything that isn't establishment quo. And talk about breaking this company up. Again, it's a military industrial complex company. That's what it is. Guys, I am completely on my own. If you are not subscribed to the Burmese Brigade, get on it right now. Hit that subscribe button. We're putting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos out a day sometimes. I got a GoFundMe. It's in the description. It's how I'm surviving. It's how we're going to keep doing this 7 days a week and bringing you 30 to 50 quality videos a week. So please thumbs this up, share it, put it in an email, put it on your blog, put it anywhere you can. And I thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the flip side.